What's up, guys? We are back. I've been out of the country for a couple months now, and we're gonna switch things up again. It's just me now. My family's still overseas, and they're gonna be gone for another month or two. But yeah, we're back. Time to go skating again. This video is gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna be, it's kind of gonna be a tutorial. I'm gonna learn a trick, and then I'm kind of gonna walk you through like how I'm learning it. We'll kind of just learn together. The trick is gonna be a switch crook, fakie big spin out, and yeah, quick little video. It's good to be back, good to be skating again. So let's go learn a trick. Okay, so we're coming up on the skate park now. It is a Saturday, so that's a huge gamble. A lot of kids come down to the park on Saturdays, but it's early. We're doing a morning session, which I hardly ever do. I'm more of an evening skater. But oh, it doesn't look like there's too many people here. Maybe nobody. Nice. Okay, this is perfect. Okay. Sometimes it's a little weird, like talking to the camera when there's people around and they're like staring at you or whatever. But nobody's here, so this is perfect. So yeah, let's learn a trick. So I'm going to go through my warm-up routine first. Takes about 10 or 15 minutes just to get loose. And I'm not going to show all that. It's all just basic, simple stuff. Just getting the blood flowing, stretching, pumping, and cruising around. So yeah, I'll let my phone charge up a little bit and get warmed up, and then we'll get started in on this trick. So let's do it. And this segment is going to be called Something I Saw Somewhere. So I've seen somebody do this trick somewhere, switch crook, big spin out. I feel like it was in the late 90s when I first got into skateboarding, but I don't remember who did it. But yeah, switch crook, big spin out. And so this is going to be the first segment of Something I Saw Somewhere. Okay, so today's trick is going to be switch crook, fakie, big spin out. And so before we learn all of that, we're first going to learn just switch crooks. And I don't know how to do them, so I'm going to be learning them with you. But I know how to do crooked grinds, and I'll walk you through that. First, when I learn crooked grinds, I do it really, really slow. And you want to just get the stalls down. Just rolling really slow, lock in like this, and just stop and balance. The trick to crooked grinds is it's not just getting your truck in the right position, but it's having like 80 or 90% of your weight on the nose and pushing back a little bit on the back wheel. And so when I start learning crooked grinds, there's a sort of a mental hack, and that is it's hard to just straight up do crooked grinds and pop out. What's easier is to imagine yourself doing a crooked grind and then a 180 out. And you can learn this trick really slowly. And so I'm going to put a little bit of wax on the ledge. A little bit for the wheel. So even if we're going slow, we'll still slide a little bit. But I'm going to start off by just rolling up slow and just trying to lock in and stop. Step one. Step two is going to be lock in, pivot, and pop out. And then step three is I'm just going to start in this position And I'm going to practice doing a big spin out. So once we get all that, should be able to learn the switch crooked grind, backside big spin out. Next is going to be feet position. So this is actually not all that important. A lot of times I don't even look at my feet. You can do this trick from many different places. It's more about focusing on looking at the ledge than it is where your feet are. As long as you get into this position at the last second, you can kind of play with your feet positioning a little bit. But typically, my front foot, when I do regular crooked grinds, my front foot is somewhere around this angle right here. And so I'm going to do the exact same, and you can slide it up a little bit if it's easier for you. Some people, that's easier, but some people, if you like to ollie higher, faster, and then lock in, you go back a little bit. So I'm going to be somewhere right around here. It's essentially where I do my kick flips also. So let's start with that. Okay, crooked grind, stall. Ooh. Okay, so we skipped a step. There's the crooked grind, stall, 180 out, and like I said, it's just easier to picture yourself doing the 180 out at first, and then once you learn that, you can learn how to nollie out of the trick. But try it with the 180 out first. I swear it's easier. Okay, now we're going to try and actually grind it. Let's see if we can get a little grinding in this time. So go a little bit faster. Oh, almost. Okay, not bad for a second try. The reason this is so easy is because I've done so many crooked grinds in my life. And for me, as you may or may not know, my right ankle is half paralyzed, so I don't have that much strength or movement in my right ankle. It's actually easier for me to skate nollie and switch, which is why most of the tricks I do are nollie and switch. Then I can skate longer throughout the day. So this one just feels better for me personally with my injury. Board angle, you can play with it a little bit, but I don't know what that would be, a 12 degree, I don't know what angle that would be, but I come at it right about this angle right here. But you can switch it up just a little bit, somewhere in this range. Let me get a top down view of that. But yeah, this is about the angle I come at, and like I said, you can kind of play with it a little bit. Okay, so let's just get comfortable with this Crook 180. That's the good thing about this trick. It's a pretty safe trick. If you mess up, you pretty much just go into a board slide. So there's not a ton of risk. There is the risk that you roll your ankle up on the ledge if you kind of overshoot the board. But pretty safe trick, and it looks pretty cool. Easy and cool looking. That's why I love doing crooked grinds. Every time you do it, you get more and more comfortable. Okay. There we go. Crooked grind, 180 out. Oh, I was leaning back on that one. That's another thing, you don't want to lean back on this trick. Again, lean forward. It helps to, without your board, just practice going like this. Because that's essentially what you're doing. Just practice this. Okay, there's another one. It's okay. Every time you do it, you just get a little more confidence, even if it's slow. So now that I've got a slow switch crook 180 out, I'm going to focus in on the big spin part of this. And the truth is when you're trying these intermediate tricks, sometimes the harder trick is easier, So when you're more focused on the big spin out, it makes the first half of the trick easier. So you stop thinking about the crook so much and you just assume you're going to make that. So you're focused on the ledge and you're focused on getting out of the trick. You kind of have to trick your mind a little bit in skateboarding, and there's all these like shortcuts and steps to do it. But for this one, I'm going to trick myself by just purely focusing on the big spin, and then the switch crook 180, just forget about it. All right, so we'll stay here in the position. This is where I assume I'm going to be, and I'm just going to try to do a fakie big spin. So I under-rotated that one. So I leaned a little bit more of a spin. Okay, I need to jump away from the curb a little bit. So I'm going to leap out this way and then get a little bit more rotation. So, okay. It's relatively easy, actually, as far as like spins out of a trick. This, relatively easy. Came up a little short. So we're grinding. Spin away from the curb. Jump away from the curb. So you're gonna wanna aim, you wanna start your spin about the last 6 inches, and that way your board misses. What always happens with these sort of tricks is it hits the it's hard to get it away from the ledge. And so you wanna start your spin. You wanna start your spin at the last 6 inches, and that way the board misses the curb. So this is what you're focused on, is starting your spin somewhere around the like 1 foot to 6 inch mark. So we'll be up here. Do. Now obviously as you're sliding, the momentum's going to take you past the curb. So we're going to be up here, grinding. Oh, big spin. Oops. Lost the microphone. Okay, let's get one more fakie big spin. Grinding. There we go. Okay, so that's what I'm going for in the air. So let's start this whole trick now. Okay, a little tic-tacky, but landed it. So there it is. Something I saw somebody do somewhere. Switch crook, fakie big spin out. I'm pretty stoked. I'm gonna keep trying it and just see if I can get a cleaner one. And then maybe I'll start throwing it on the bigger one too and just see how that feels. But yeah, landed it. That was pretty awesome. Relatively quickly too. So I knew I could do this trick. In my head it just made sense finally.